Okay, so let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you see my screen? Can't see you guys. 1 sec. Can't see you guys. Thumbs up, guys. Can you see my screen? Lovely. All right, cool. Sweet. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Here we are. First up, we're doing US 30. If you haven't been through the course, might sound like gibberish to you, but you have to watch all of the group sessions to come up to this point for you then to be on our level. Okay. So this is what we do weekly. So first of all, we'll start with the higher time frame. We're going to go through it very quickly because for those of you who have been in the course from the beginning now, once you've gone through all the group sessions, you'll be at this level to go through it quickly. Okay, if that makes sense. Because it's a very high time frame. So over here, what can we see? We can see that price has tapped into a monthly level of supply. This entire area here is a monthly level of supply, and we've had some consolidation on a monthly time frame. You know, price hasn't really made up his mind just yet. So we understand, okay, because price tapped into a monthly level of supply, we expect price to be bearish. So then we drop onto the weekly time frame. We drop on the weekly time frame. We ask ourselves, what can we see? So from here, what we can see is this weekly high right here. This wick was in a form of liquidity. And what happened was on one of the news event weeks is price came up, pinched that liquidity, and then price immediately sold off. So what happened, guys? Look at each candle here represents 1 week. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks worth of liquidity was taken by this candle. Then there was 8 weeks worth of liquidity in order for the money to have for the market to have enough money to push the market down. Okay, so then we drop from so we now understand, cool, liquidity is taken, so we're looking for a zone that will be potentially valid for some sales. Then we drop to the 3-day. We understand, okay, amazing, cool, lovely. Now we are in a 3-day level of supply right now. Okay, price is tapped in, price has sold off, but the way price closed on the 3-day time frame, price didn't close as a strong enough of a body. Okay, on a 3-day, because price is still going on. Price is still moving right now, as you can see. But from the previous day's data, what we can see is price wicked, and is wicking again, and will most likely close as a wick to the downside, which indicates what? It indicates weakness in the market. It indicates weakness, bearish pressure, which also gives us confirmation now that price wants to push up a little bit more before selling back down. So what do we look for? We look for areas in order for our confluences to all align. Okay, we look for areas. So now what else do we have on the daily time frame? We have this level of supply right here within the 3-day level of supply. So I can now delete this just to make it look a bit cleaner. Okay, we have this 3-day level of supply where price came in, tapped in. And what else can we see over here? Price, remember when we was on a weekly time frame, the wick that took out the weekly liquidity is this wick right, was this wick right here. So price came, changed character down here, and then it wicked again and took 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks worth of liquidity by this 1 wick right here, as you can see. Okay, the wick that goes above this trend line liquidity, this liquidity line right here. So now what we're looking for is we're looking for a zone. I've already marked this out previously. So let me drop down to the 15-hour, and then let me drop down to the 12. I'm just checking everywhere. 11. I'm just looking right now. I'm just looking. I'm not doing anything more than just looking. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lovely. What can we see? A nice level of supply right here. A lovely level of supply right here. Okay. And on the 1 hour, you zoom in. That's 50% of the 1 hour candle, no problem. Ignore this change of character right now. I'm going to break this down after because we're waiting for a body close. The body close happens on the lower time frames. 45-minute. What can we see? A very clean 45-minute order block left. Now, this is the exact question the brother earlier was asking. Okay? The exact question the brother earlier was asking. So let me just quickly drop to the 7-minute time frame, yeah? Or even the 1 minute. Okay. Even the 1 minute. So, we'll go to 20 minutes actually. So in this scenario here, on the 1 minute time frame, the wick closed below here as the change of character. However, in this scenario, this is why we count it, is because look, if I just drag this out, if I draw a box right here. So from this box here, this zone right here was just full of wicks, wicks alone, only wicks, no body of any momentum of any sort, okay? However, if we drag this out fully to the right, what can we see? We can see it closed as a body below these wicks, which is why we count this as a change character. If it was just a wick alone and the wick went below, I wouldn't count it as a change character. I need to see a body close. But because the body closed below the wicks, okay, that is why we consider this as a chain character. So now, for example, we can delete this, okay? We can delete this, okay? Because we already understand. Then if we go to the high time frame, or time frames that are higher, let me go to the 30-minute. Lovely. This exact question the brother earlier was asking. So price, change character right here. Then what happened? Okay. Price broke structure right here. So price, so look, price was forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Here, okay, higher lows, wicked below on the 1 minute, changed character, price came up, okay, came down, broke structure now, okay, because we got two indications that there's bearish momentum in the markets right now, over here, and where? Over here, the confirmation in the form of a DOS, because it broke structure now. This previous point of structure was now broken, okay? So we can delete this now. So what the brother asked earlier was, what do I do if price changes character, then it breaks structure before coming back into the last point of supply? And I said to him, you just wait. You just wait. Okay, you just wait. Why? Because now you have to understand, cool, this liquidity here was taken. Okay, this liquidity right here was taken. So there's enough money in the market for the market to push back up. And you have to also understand that we are in a demand zone. And what do we understand? Look, price tapped in, tapped in, tapped in, tapped in, tapped in, tapped in, tapped in. Okay, this was some Wyckoff accumulation right here. As you can see, price was accumulating. This took everything out. This took out all of this consolidation liquidity right here in the form of a what? In the form of a spring. Took it out right here. And now there's enough money to push the money in the market to push the market back up. However, we also understand there's liquidity here as well. Okay. There's liquidity here as well. So now we can delete this. And we can delete this. And we can delete this. Okay. Actually, we can keep this. We can keep this for now. But we can delete this because it's already taken. And we can delete this overall demand zone. Why? Because price tapped into it way too many times. It mitigated it too many times. And it shows us that this area will not hold for long because there's a lot of liquidity here due to this Asian low right here. There's an Asian low that hasn't been taken right here. Asian low. Okay, Asian low right here. And this is the question I answered earlier to the brother that asked that question. Okay, he said, What if price change the character then break structure before coming back to my LPS? Okay, the LPS is right here, last point of supply. It actually works more in your favor because you have more confluences. Why? Because we have this trend line liquidity right here. We have this liquidity right here. My favorite setup ever is when price takes liquidity, taps into an order block, and sells off. So now all I'm waiting for is for price to come up, take this liquidity level right here, price to come up, take out this trend line liquidity, price to then tap in, and you can either sell from here. Well, I can either sell from here because Yarimi University does not give financial advice. Okay, you can sell from here for a nice 1 to 8. Or what you can do is you can wait for price to then tap into your 30-minute POI. So price might come up, come down, come up, come down. It won't look this clean. Okay, you can wait for price to come tap in, and then what you can wait for price to do is you can wait for price to change character again. Sorry, you can wait for price to break structure. Okay. Then what you can wait, because remember the change character already happened here. It already happened. Then you can wait for price to break structure below this level right here. And then from this breaker structure, you'll find a nice little area to sell from over here. And then you could look to target these Asian lows right there. Does that make sense? So that's just a confirmation entry if you want that extra sort of confirmation. And you usually find your another supply zone somewhere here. And you wait for it to tap in. Or you can also find an imbalance right here. Okay. It might be a wick to wick that hasn't been touched. Price taps in and sells off straight. And what you do is you put your short position tool here, stop loss above the imbalance, or if you're trading LPS, you can have your stop loss above the last point of supply and look to target the Asian low. That makes sense. So it's the opposite side. I'm going to click the short position tool like this. You see? That makes sense? Cool. That is my analysis for US 30. Let's take a look at Euro USD. I haven't looked at this in a minute. Let's see what it wants to do. Let me delete all my drawings. Okay. So monthly time frame, what are we saying? Let's look at a 3-month actually. Okay. 3-month price failed demand over here, taking liquidity. So we understand there's enough money for the market to push back up. We understand there are inefficiencies in this zone right here. There's an imbalance right here. So long term, we want price to push up, but because it's a 3-month time frame, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But we're definitely bullish on Euro USD for like the next year or so overall long term. I'm not saying there won't be sales, but obviously will be a lot of sales. Okay. And we've got this trend line liquidity here to mark out. Okay. Cool. So now what we can do is we can delete this 3-month level, and we can delete, we can keep this liquidity, drop to the monthly straight, drop to the monthly. What can we see? We can see a change of character right here as price broke it. Okay, we can see change of character as price broke. And we can also see a level of supply right here, but we're not going to mark this out just yet. Leave it like this because it's too far ahead. We want to focus on the recent data whilst having the high time frame in mind and giving it the most importance. Okay. So over here on the weekly, we've got this level right here. Nice level. And we've got a nice change of character right there. And we're also in a weekly level of supply right here. This tells me that price wants to continue to the upside for a little bit. Why? Because it already reacted from the zone. Okay. It already reacted from the zone when price pushed down here. See? For how many pips? Get a price range tool for over 500 pips. But now all of that has now turned into liquidity, okay? Because it can't sell off for that long and go in one direction for long. So now that turned into liquidity, and that liquidity here, that liquidity was taken right here in the form of that wick. Can you guys see? That wick just pinched it right there, right here. It's taken it. However, when we understand order blocks and supply and demand zones, we understand that sometimes it doesn't just tap in and fill it. It can fill up to 50% of it. So 50% of it would be where? Right here. Okay, it would be right here. So we can also still be valid for sales. But right about now, we're on a high time frame, so it doesn't make sense. Let's scale in and drop down to the lower time frames. Daily, what's daily looking like? Cool. The level of daily supply right here. That price has not tapped into yet, which is amazing. Let's look at the 15-hour. 15-hour level of supply. 14. Now, when we're scaling in, 14-hour. When we're scaling in, we want to find the cleanest possible zones, okay? 13-hour, 12-hour, 11-hour. Lovely. We've got an 11-hour level of imbalance. However, I'm not going to mark out the imbalance just yet, okay? It might be cleaner supply zones. Lovely. 10-hour level of supply right here. Okay, 9-hour, 8-hour. Okay, I like the 10-hour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna scale in too much, because look, at the end of the day, this is a high time frame zone. So what I want is I want confirmation at the end of the day, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my alert right here. Okay, I'm gonna set my alert right here. I'm gonna title this alert Euro USD wait for confirmation. So over here is where I want to see what we spoke about earlier. Okay, this is where I want to see price now come down, come up, tap in, do something like this. Okay, change character, come back in, and then sell off. That's what I want to see, something like this happen over here. Okay, so because it's such a high time frame, and to enter directly from here would mean you need to have a 37 pip stop loss, which we're not going to do. Plug my charger in. Which we're not going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it to tap in, and we're going to wait for price to show us his hands. And then we can look to sell back down. Obviously, it's going to be a very, very long trade. There's going to be a lot of retracements, but you can look to take profit at, like, for example, because I'm looking to sell, right? After price shows me its hands. I'm not taking a trade directly from here. This is not a signal. I would not do that because this area might fail. So I'm waiting for confirmation. So I would wait for here. And because of the weekly change of character, I will look to take profit at this sort of area right here before it even gets to the weekly. Why? Because I can clearly see there is a level of demand right here. And I'm not just going to hold it just because of a weekly level when price could potentially come into here and then reverse off of here. Does that make sense? So if I delete this level right now, you guys will understand why I'm looking to take profit at these levels. Because remember, the weekly level that we first marked out right here, the impulse candle that caused the change of character, the order block that was left behind, the level of demand, this is why. Okay, this is why. And as long as price doesn't break above here and fail this level of supply, then I'm still waiting for price to come down to this level of demand. I'm waiting for price to come down to this level of demand anyways at some point, but I'll have it, I have it in mind. Okay, I have it in mind. And you always want to think as an adaptive trader. So if price fails this level, what are potential levels that it can react from after? And even if it fails, we're not affected. Why? Because we're not entering directly off it anyway, which is the whole reason as to why we wait for price to show us his hands. Asian high right there as well. Another reason why. So I actually don't like this area anymore. Why? Simply because of that Asian high. I do not like this. I understand there's a lot of traders in this trade now. So I'm deleting that limit. I didn't see that. Bye-bye. Gone. You're going to be very, very, very picky with your entries. What can I see though? I can see an imbalance from here to here. I can see an imbalance, a nice level of imbalance right there. I'll mark it out even more clear. Okay, right there. So what I can now wait for, oh, there's an imbalance above this area here. However, the only reason why I'm not marking out every single zone is simply because of that daily time frame. If I go back to the daily, what can we see? That this entire area here is full of bearish momentum. Okay, so I'm looking to enter sales from the area closest to the bearish momentum. So if I drop down to the 15 hour, 15 hour, this is a 15-hour level of supply. So I'm looking for anything within this region right here. Anything within this region, right here. Okay, why? Because price only tapped in. Price didn't mitigate deeper into the 15-hour level of supply, and we know once an order block is invalid is when it gets violated, when it goes above and it hits stop loss. Okay. However, we aren't blind to this zone right here as well. This level of imbalance right here. So what price can do is price may either tap in, distribute on a lower time frame, change character, tap into LPS, sell off, or price can distribute, tap into this level of imbalance in the form of a UTAD, change character, tap into LPS, and sell off. Okay, so I'm actually deleting the zone here. And what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to set my alert for Euro USD right here. I'm going to say wait for deeper mitigation Euro USD. Okay, and then here I'm going to set another alert saying 15-hour imbalance field. Okay, and then you drop down to the low time frame to find the increase. But this is how I like to incorporate high time frames in my analysis, guys. Okay, so let me just drop down to 10 onwards just to see if there's anything else. And this is where we don't want to have analysis paralysis. Okay, we can see there's a nice 10-hour level of supply. Let's look at a 9, 8-hour, 7-hour. Seven hours got a nice supply level here. 6-hour, 5-hour. Okay, 5-hour we can refine. Just like this. Lovely. 4-hour. 3-hour. Yeah, I like this zone a lot. 2-hour. Yeah, I'm not gonna drop down anymore. I like the zone a lot. I'm gonna wait, and that's the 10-hour zone. So I'm gonna wait for the zone to get hit, 10-hour zone to get hit. Then I'm gonna monitor it and wait for my confirmation entries. Okay. So guys, that is the analysis for Euro USD and US 30. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And here we are. Yeah. So today we're only doing Euro USD and US 30, as those are the only two pairs that I'm looking at this week. And yeah, that's my market breakdown Zoom call done. We've done about 2 hours of answering questions, an hour and a half, I believe, of answering questions before the Zoom call. So we're going to do a very, very, very quick Q&A because we spent a lot of time asking questions. Okay. Answering questions, sorry. So if you guys have any questions, please raise your hand and I'll unmute you and answer your questions. Yes, man D123.
Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me now?
Alexander, bro. Yes, bro, I can hear you.
You see of US 30, I saw that you said that there's a change of character from the 1 minute time frame.
Yeah.
And that a body closed. But if I was to draw that line from that wick, I didn't see a body close. I saw the body, yeah, but I didn't see a body close past that wick.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you heard me say But I said because I drew the box from the body to the wick, and when price changed character again, the body closed below that box where there were only wicks. So what this basically is it's a rare scenario when it comes to changing the character, but I use this and I find it effective.
Okay.
So what that basically is you're comparing the weight of a wick compared to the weight of a body. So if price comes into a zone where the body closes in the same place that a wick was before, that now takes precedence.
Yeah. Even if it didn't body close past the lowest wick.
So let me go back just because I knew people were going to mention this. So let me just go back on it just to clarify and make sense, because some people didn't understand. Let me just
So you draw that box like the way retail traders do it from wick to body.
You don't draw it, because you rarely see this. You keep it the same, and you don't enter from anything that's not a body close. However, from here, this is exactly what I did. Yeah. So from wick to body, I'm drawing this. This is a retail concept, yeah? So this is why I'm using a retail concept and reversing it.
Yeah.
Reversing a retail concept. So from wick to body. And now, okay. Let me drop down. This entire zone here, including that body and that wick, that body here. So all these wicks right here, just where the wicks are. Here. Okay. And now when I go here, what can you see? The bearish candle's body covers the entire area.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, no body covers the entire area. So the body closed below this body.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But on your side, to support your side, it's a very rare case. You don't see this a lot, I'll be honest.
Okay. So I should just stick to the body close, right?
Yeah, just the body close.
To make it easier.
Yeah, because
cool.
that still is a body close, but it's not a body close below the wick. It's a body close below the body.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Thank you for explaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yes, guys. AB Gunner. Oops. AB Gunner.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, bro. Well, I was gonna ask on US 30, obviously the overall move that you wanted with the sell, but I see that there was a demand zone right before. You said that there was an accumulation and then there was a demand zone on the spring that took out everything. Would I be wrong to buy from there and buy it up to that move, buy it up to the upper supply zone?
You will never be wrong for anything if you make money from it. But are you going against your strategy? Should be the question you're asking yourself.
Yeah.
You can't be wrong for making money, but you can be wrong for the way you made money if you can't do it again and again and again.
Yeah, but would that be a smart move then? Or do you think I would be better off for waiting, just waiting for it to get to that other supply zone rather than just...
Yeah, bro. In my opinion, just from experience, I would say it's better to just wait until like you get a clean level of demand that changes character beautifully and it's left unmitigated. That's telling you every single reason to buy it back up to that level. However, some people just use that analogy and just to benefit them when it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I was just asking that because you said that there was an accumulation that happened before it, and it took the wick and it left like a nice order block.
Yeah.
And there was an unmitigated Asian high as well, I think.
Yeah.
So I thought we probably got up.
Yeah. No. So no. I said it took liquidity from an area that it was ranging from in the form of a spring, but there was no clean level of demand that was left behind.
On the 30-minute, wasn't there an order block?
On the 30-minute or the 1 hour?
The 30-minute on US 30.
There was order block all at the bottom, but that's very unrealistic. That's going to get back to there.
Oh, okay, calm. All right, yeah.
You get it.
All right, thank you, bro.
Based off of the liquidity that's above it. That's why I say it's unrealistic that will get back to there. And this is one thing that you come across, bro. The more and more you start trading, you'll start weighing out, okay, cool. What's the possibilities of price coming down before it goes up? What helps you understand where price is going to go is how much liquidity is on each side. Is there more liquidity to the upside or is there more liquidity to the downside? Is there more sell side liquidity or is there more buy side liquidity? That will allow you to hold trades longer.
Yeah.
Confidence to realize where does price want to go.
All right, thank you, bro.
So it's not just like you're guessing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You actually have solid data to back up your analysis.
All right, thank you, bro.
No problem, bro. Yes, iPhone. iPhone.
Hello.
Yes, how's it going?
Hello. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Bro, you okay?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Akhi. I've just got a quick question. Do you know if for example I join my order block, yeah, and I've noticed like a week before an Asian high wasn't taken, but obviously it got respected because there's many days after that it just didn't take the Asian high, but the low got taken. Do I still take the trade, or do I wait for that Asian high to get taken? Sometimes when I'm doing my analysis, I could find like an Asian high on like 2 weeks ago that hasn't been taken yet. But do you get me?
Yeah, so you have to understand, Asian highs and Asian lows will always be everywhere. You'll find unmitigated Asian highs and Asian lows in a lot of different places. However, what you should do is when you're looking to take a trade, if say for example you wake up London session, what you want to do is you want to wait for both sides to get taken of the Asian range. You wait for the top side to get taken, bottom side to get taken, then you wait for the actual move to take place, then you enter. However, if you're just waiting for a POI that's, there's an Asian high from 2 weeks ago, what you can do is you can enter trades to now target that area as liquidity, as a take profit target.
Yeah, I understand, bro, man. Barakallah feek, man.
Yeah.
And one other question I've got for you as well is because so basically I recently bought the test. I passed the first stage, alhamdulillah, and I'm on my second stage, not anymore because I failed. But I think psychology got to me in the second stage of the test, because obviously the first stage is 8K. I did that within a week, alhamdulillah, but then the second stage is like 5K, so it's less. But I was so like I might sound like a little, I was scared. I'll be straightforward and honest with you. I'm a bit worried, you know what I mean? Like, I was a bit worried, and I didn't believe in myself that much, and I just ended up like losing so many trades, and I just lost the test. Like and now like I'm stressed out, man. I'll be straightforward and honest with you. Because the thing is, Yarimi, I know you're busy, but I used to trade before. As well, I had I learned a different strategy before, and sometimes I just feel like, okay, should I just do a quick scalp? Like, should I just do a quick scalp and make a quick rack, or make 2 racks quick time, or do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it affects me properly, and that's how I lost my test. Psychology, man, it's serious.
Yeah, bro, no, definitely, bro, we've all been there. Trust me, we've all been there. And the reason why a lot of people fail on phase 2 is simply because number one, they don't respect the market as much as they respected it in phase 1. Phase 1, they were respecting, like they were really taking orders from the market. Like, okay, cool, I understand. Wow, I'm in a test. Let me take this seriously. Let me risk correctly. I've got my daily drawdown limits in my mind. That's it. I'm not violating. Let me pass this. All my days, I've never done this before. They pass it now. Phase 2 comes. Ego comes in the way. Yeah, man, I've been there, done that. What? 16K, 200K exam, 10K. I've done that already. Phase 1. Yeah, this one's quickly. This one's phase 2. Let me just quickly get this out of the way because the profit target is smaller. Then what happens? They get humbled. They get humbled.
I think that's what they do. Prop firms. Yeah, man. They make it smaller just to get to your head, I think.
Yeah. So what I was saying was on phase 2, when you're on phase 2, you start to disrespect the market subconsciously. You don't realize you're doing it, but you're trying to get to that profit target so much quicker because psychologically you're thinking, okay, cool, it's a smaller profit target. I already passed phase 1 in a week. Why can't I do this in 2 days? Why can't I do this in 3 days? So what you start doing in your mind is you say to yourself, cool, this is the last hurdle left before I get the account that I can actually withdraw profits from. It can actually come into my bank. Let me quickly try and rush this process. And let me change my trading style. For what reason? Because you're in a bit of a drawdown. 2% drawdown, 1% drawdown. Bro, like, are you an RR trader or are you a win rate trader? This is what you should all ask yourself. If you're a win rate trader, you should not be here. If that's what you're looking for. If you're an RR trader and you want to make more percentage, you want to be in more profit than loss, this is where you should be because this is how we trade. If you can't stomach losing 2 trades in a row, less than 1% risk, to eventually make that 15% trade, 10% trade, 8% trade, 7% trade, bro, you're still up. You're in profit. But now when you take 2, 3, 4 losses in a row, now you're feeling like crap because it's like, oh, damn. Yeah, man, this ain't really working out, bro. If you can't see the drawdown, if you can't hack the drawdown, you can't hack the profits. I said this on my first funded account. I don't know if you guys remember the video. You can't hack the drawdown. You can't hack the profits. You can't come into this market and expect your life to change overnight. Bro, we're seeing 5K floating, 10K floating, 15K floating, 3K floating, 4K floating. When have you ever made digital money in your life? I'm not saying you, just generally speaking, all of us. When have we ever made digital money like that in our life, where we're seeing our monthly wages from the jobs that we used to work floating on our screen, or the jobs that we still work floating on our screen, and you don't want to close it because you feel like, because you're a trader now, all of a sudden you're better than everybody in the world, and that just because you're trading, you shouldn't close for 4K, you should close for 10K. Bro, secure your profits, man.
Wallah, you couldn't say it any better, man. Wallah, Yarimi, I properly appreciate what you just said there. You helped me a lot, man, for real. Because it's been affecting me. I was thinking, is it my prayers? Am I not praying enough? For what is it? What is it? Like, it affected me so much to the point, wallah, like I can't sleep. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Bro, look, let me keep it real with you, bro. You have to understand, bro. Yeah, when it comes to passing prop firms, it's very easy. A lot of people just doubt themselves, bro. If you done phase 1, you have the trading ability to know how to pass. You know how to trade. You know it.
Yeah.
You need to stop doubting yourself. But wallahi, and this is not even on a motivational thing, but guys, a lot of people here pass phase 1, they fail phase 2. Some of us here are funded. We've made withdrawals. Amazing. Cool. Yeah. But for those of you who have passed phase 1 and failed phase 2, don't feel belittled or don't feel down because, bro, you know how to trade. If you did not know how to trade, you would not have passed phase 1.
Well, you're right.
Unless you just done a crazy lot size one time with no analysis and it just went your way, you just guessed it, which you shouldn't be doing, because why are you paying £500 to take an exam for to do that? It doesn't make sense. So if you pass phase 1, you know how to trade. So when you're in the markets every day from now onwards, look at yourself, bro, and tell yourself, bro, I've done this before. I know how to, like, this is why I have my certificates here right in front of me, because I know how to trade. I know whenever I'm taking a setup, I look here, I'm like, here, been there, done that. And this is only 2 of my certificates. I've been here. I'm about this life. I'm a trader. I know how to trade. I know how to look at these candles and make sure money comes from here into my bank account. How did I move into this penthouse? Made 40K in a day, withdrew, paid 6 months up front. You can't chat to me. I know these markets. I'm not saying you. This is what I speak to myself.
Yeah, man. It's motivation for yourself, man.
Yeah, you have to talk to yourself. It's a bit crazy, but you got to talk to yourself.
Yeah,
remind yourself that you are that guy.
Trust me.
You've been here, you've done this. The views I'm looking at now is because of the buys that I took.
You're funny, man. You're a funny guy. Well, I like you, man. No, for real, man. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I used to trade before. There's been times where I've taken out loans, like 30 grand loans to trade. I lost it all, and I'm still in that debt till this day. I've been through so much shit that I could have cracked up, man. I could have been like, there's man out there that in my position, they would have been cracked up. Like, I'm in debt right now, 30 grand. I have to pay £300-400 a month off my wages. I've got rent to pay. I'm struggling, man. And you're helping me, bro. Well, like I've done this test 3 times. I failed twice because I followed my strategy. The time I followed your strategy, I passed the first stage. But then ever since psychology got obviously, I went back to my old ways. I failed the test again. Do you get me?
Yeah. As long as you recognize, bro, that it's your old ways that are being detrimental to you, bro. And you have to understand that 30 grand debt, as much as it's a lot of money in the real world where we work, you know, labor, or we have corporate jobs, or we whatever jobs it is, retail, working a 9 to 5. It looks like it's a lot because it is a lot, because you're making what, 1.5, 2K, 3K max a month.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to save that up to pay 30 grand. Whereas as soon as you get to your prop firm account,
yeah,
you've got to catch 2-3 trades.
Now, do you know on the because I do the funded trader, do you know what they said to me? So when I passed the first stage, they said obviously if you go on your account, it tells you what your estimation for the month is. And they said mine is around like 60K for if I so that's my estimation of profit I would have made if obviously it was a real account, 60k profit, and I could pay off that 30k loan straight away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, Wallah.
Yeah, so bro, it's not that deep. As much as I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man,
Yeah.
30 grand is hard times. Cool. It's a lot of money in that world. In the world we're in, it's not a lot of money.
Trust me.
So
Thank you, man.
You got to familiarize yourself with the world that we're in right here, the trading world. Okay?
Yeah. 100.
That's it, bro.
I just bought the test again.
Yeah.
I'm still on my first. Obviously, I've not taken any trades yet.
Yeah.
So inshallah, from tomorrow, I'm gonna try to smash it out. But in the la,
How long was it since you lost the last account?
do you want me to be honest with you?
Yep.
Friday.
Don't trade the new account right now. Focusing on psychology. Go through the trading audiobook, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas.
Mark Douglas, yeah. All right.
Go through Trading in the Zone and work on your psychology before you place your first. Do not place your first trade now, otherwise you're asking for it. I'm telling you, bro, I've been there. I'm no one to tell you, but this is just my personal advice on the waters that I've been in. Do not trade that account right now, because the moment you place your first trade, that's when your trading days start. Have that account there, it's ready. Don't trade on it yet.
Yeah.
Go through 1 week of hardcore psychology. The same way you trade and you're out here trying to make money, divert that focus into your psychology.
Okay, I'll do that. Mark Douglas, yeah.
Then you start the following week, or don't even start the following week. Start when you feel like your mind is ready, when you're good, and back test, because guys, people just think back testing is a joke. Back testing is training, it's confidence building. You're seeing the same case studies being repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated. So now when you come into the live market and you see a setup, you're like, bro, I've seen this before. I've been back testing this. The last 10 trades I took on this are, 7 of them hit TP. I've seen this before. Boom. No hesitation. You're entering straight away because you've seen it before. Back testing is like you're a footballer going to training every day and you're practicing free kicks. You're becoming sharper and sharper and more accurate and more accurate. That's what it is. You have to be in the field. Yeah?
Yeah, 100. Thank you. Barakallah Feek. Yarimi, how long did it take you to pass your test?
I passed in my first day, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
In one trade as well. But that's only because I actually never had the money to buy the test. So before that, I was forced just to back test.
I got you, man.
Back testing until I knew everything like the back of my hand. Came in the market, passed in one trade. Phase 2, I passed in like 3 trades.
Yeah, mashallah, man. I remember when you used to do football, man. Like you remember when Yemen, like all the Arabs you made. Yes. Yeah. I came to it, man. You even spoke to my mum back in the. I remember them. Obviously, I don't know you that well. Yeah. Obviously, but I remember the days you went to uni, and then you dropped out. I remember them days, wallah. You've been through it, man, for real. That's why I look up to you, fam.
My guy, appreciate you always, man. My guy, anything you need, bro, I'm here, man. All of you guys, if anyone's got any sort of question, don't feel shy to ask, guys, man. Like, I come from the same place. We all come from. We're all from the same place. Our mother's womb. Yeah?
Barakallah. Thank you, man. Yeah?
All right, my guy. No problem, man. We'll do one more question, and I go ahead to the gym, because it's 8:30 and the gym closes at 10. Okay? And I've been here for like 2.5 hours now, I think. Okay. Who was next on the call? Junaid. Junaid was next. And yes, this call is recorded, guys. Saleh will upload it as soon as it's done. It will take like maybe an hour or two. You can rewatch it. Like,
yes, bro. I just got a quick question. So it's in terms of when at what point is a supply and demand zone or an order block mitigated and you won't look at it again for entry? So I know, what would it be, like a wick at the bottom of the zone, or a 50% fill, or what?
78% fill.
Oh, so the fib basically 78.
Not really, like, yeah, you can call it fib, but you can see it by eye. You don't need the fib.
Okay, 78.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all.
Lovely, bro. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this market breakdown Zoom call. If you found any value, please drop a message in the Discord. If you found anything beneficial or anything that anybody else can benefit from, share your knowledge, and maybe someone else can benefit from just a little thing that you post, man. So I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you guys so much for your time. Wallah, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Anything you need help with, just be sure to message in the Discord trading questions tab. Either me, Saleh, or Mir, one of us will get back to you. And yeah, if you have any questions as well, always feel free to pop in and ask in the Sunday market breakdown Zoom call questions. or the mentorship Zoom calls. I've done one before the Sunday market breakdown Zoom call, and I'm going to try my best to do more and more and more and more and more. Monday onwards, I'm going to be very busy, but I'll still be here, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, guys, take care. Appreciate you guys.